I'm Jack, and welcome back, because today I'm going to give you guys a review for a special presentation that Marvel released on Disney Plus today, Werewolf by Night. It is directed by Michael Giacchino, the film composer himself, making his directorial debut with this special, and it stars Gael, García, Bernal, Donnelly, Harriet, Sansom, and with that said, let's get started. Werewolf by Night follows a secret cabal of monster hunters as they gather at the Bloodstone Temple following the death of their leader, Ulysses Bloodstone. However, the attendees are thrust into a challenge to hunt and kill one another for a powerful relic. I've been hearing about this special that Marvel's been wanting to release for quite some time now, and we got our first look at it last month at Disney D23, and I was very surprised by what it was, because I did not expect it to be what it was from what was marketed, and I've been really looking forward to it ever since. I liked what I saw in the trailer, so now that I got the pleasure to watch Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus, I thoroughly enjoyed this special. I love how it feels very much like a 30s monster movie from Universal, and it feels like a throwback to that era of horror movies, and I really enjoyed that a lot. Michael Giacchino directed this so well. This is his directorial debut, and he is known for being a film composer, one of the best in the industry right now. He's done Star Trek Beyond, The Incredibles, the MCU Spider-Man movies, the Batman this year.
It was perfect.
He has a good track record in terms of film scores. He is amazing, and so he directed this very, very well. I really liked what he was able to do on screen and how he directed this story and just how he frames and focuses on these shots, and so is how he handles what is happening in this special. He is just great with the director's chair in this movie, and I really like this a lot. And in fact, I really liked what he did here, that I want to see him do more as a director, because there is a lot of good stuff he did here, and I think he could be a really great director moving forward, especially hearing that the Blade movie lost their director. I'm like, get Michael Giacchino in there. He'll do the job well.
Do it.
We also are introduced to two new characters in the MCU, Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night himself, and Elsa Bloodstone, and I really enjoyed them. They're both played very well by Gael, García, Bernal, and Donnelly. They had a great dynamic with one another, and I just really liked how their characters were developed here and how we learn the reasons why these two characters are here. So it gives us a reason for us to care for them and want them to succeed in getting this relic and just to survive in the end. I really liked these two characters. They were really fun to watch on screen. And as for the whole, the cast is good, although those two characters got the most to do out of the cast. And there was one Marvel character that was in this special that I was really happy that he's in this special, and I really liked what they did with the character, and that character is, spoiler warning, 3, 2, 1, Man-Thing himself. Man-Thing looks incredible. Yes! I was in awe of what they were able to do to bring Man-Thing into the MCU. Man-Thing was just great in this special. Werewolf by Night was also filmed in black and white for a majority of the special, and I liked it a lot. It has a very distinct and unique feel from the MCU. Phase 4 has been the phase where a lot of these projects feel very standalone. Like, you got Eternals by Chloe Zhao, you got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness by Sam Raimi, you have Loki show, WandaVision, you got Moon Knight. It's a very unique phase where each of these projects feel like their own individual thing. Werewolf by Night is no different. It feels like one of the most creative things the MCU has ever put to screen. And it feels very much like a horror special that lasts for about 50 minutes. And I liked it a lot. It's the furthest attempt they've ever gone into horror. There's a lot of very violent moments in this movie, and I think I'm surprised they were able to make all of this happen on the final product, especially because it's in black and white. But there are some moments that really got a scare out of me, and I liked the tension they built here revolving around Jack Russell as a character, and so as how they were able to film this in black and white, it makes me feel very nostalgic for some of the older monster movies back in the day. And if you're a fan of those classic monster movies, you're gonna get a kick out of Werewolf by Night. While Michael Giacchino directed Werewolf by Night, he also composed the score to Werewolf by Night, and it's great. It fits the mood, it fits the tone, it fits the setting, it fits the atmosphere and the haunted nature of the story, and I like that really well. He once again proves he's one of the best film composers working today in the industry, and I commend him for that. He directs this special really well, and so has composed a great score for this. This is also one of the most practical projects in the MCU in a while. There is a lot of practical effects with the design of Werewolf by Night, with the design of Man-Thing, with how the production, the set value looks. It all feels very realistic and something that you could definitely feel like you can buy into this location. And I really like it. It gives this project a bit of a different feel to it, especially as recent projects can be very heavy on CGI, and this project very much stands in a very different light where it's a lot more practical with the way the sets are constructed, and it feels very real. And they even do some new things, have some new practical work in this project that you haven't seen before in some of these other MCU projects, and they look incredible. It really reminds me of a lot of the older monster movies in a favorable way, where I'm like, this is a monster special that's set in the MCU, my favorite film franchise right now. And I like how they're able to make it blend in together, and it's a very standalone project in of itself. So you don't need to know what happened in the MCU to really enjoy what we get in Werewolf by Night. It's a very standalone special that you can just watch it for what it is without having to have watched the past 2 years of MCU movies. My only issue with this is that it's just so short, and that's also a praise I can give to it because it utilized its 50 minutes so well, where it's not the most deepest or heaviest in terms of MCU stories, but I liked what they were going for with this, and it did all it needed to within that time. And I was so bummed that it was over because I really dug this world, this atmosphere, and the characters of Jack Russell and Elsa Bloodstone that I just wanted more. And I really hope that going forward, Marvel will make more special presentations like this, or just make a sequel to Werewolf by Night, because I would love to see these characters return in some shape or form. And I hope that with this, they give Marvel ideas that maybe they can rework some of their TV shows into special presentations or even movies like Armor Wars. They apparently are turning that into a movie, and I think that's a great idea, especially because you got Don Cheadle in the lead.
I fly it right up to the General's palace. I drop it at his feet. I'm like, boom, you looking for this?
But I think this will be very interesting to see Marvel do in the future because they do a lot of shows, but I do feel like at times they could give them either a movie instead or just flesh them out into 8 to 13 episode shows. But then you got this, and I really think that some of these projects could be reworked into a special because I liked what they did here with Werewolf by Night, that I think this could be a very interesting thing they could play on for the next couple of years, and I really hope that they do a lot more of this. Overall, I loved Werewolf by Night. Michael Giacchino directed this marvelously, and I hope he gets to do more things in terms of directing in the future because he did a really good job with Werewolf by Night. And I loved Jack Russell and Elsa Bloodstone, and so as the horror and the pacing and the violence, and so as the practical effects and the use of black and white, and it really feels like a throwback to Universal monster movies, and I had a really good time with this, and I hope down the line Marvel makes a follow-up to this or utilizes the special presentation more in the future. So in the end, I'm going to give Werewolf by Night an A. That is one of the most surprising projects of the MCU recently. I had no idea what to expect from this, and I was blown away. I had a great time with it. Love the characters, love the horror aspect and the throwback to monster movies that I would love to see Marvel do more special presentations like this. I think they can be really awesome for the next several years of the franchise, and I hope they bring back the characters in some shape or form. Hopefully we get a sequel to this. I'd be totally down for that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Werewolf by Night. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear it. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos I have planned for the future. And don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below at the bottom of the screen and in the description below. So please go do that while you're at it. And thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And stay tuned for more.